Hey y'all, peace and love. I didn't announce that I was doing a live, but here I am. I'm gonna wait a moment for those who want to watch to get in the room. It is thunder and raining right now. So if you hear that, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. Hello, peace and love. Welcome, welcome. This should be a good one. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes to let more people get in. So yeah, how are you? I hope all is well. Hey, peace and love. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So this video is titled How to Spiritually Arm Yourself. I'm finding that that's really important nowadays, and I want to discuss why you need to spiritually arm yourself and how to do it. So as many of you know, there has been a lot going on cosmically, and there's energies that are happening, and you hear quite often how there is a spiritual warfare going on. That is a fact. Welcome, welcome all who just joined in. There's definitely spiritual warfare going on right now, and it is vital that you protect yourself spiritually. What happens is that you need to pay attention on what level, what frequency that you're on. How are you vibrating? Because only things that resonate with your vibration can harm you or hurt you. They have to be on that same wavelength. If you are vibrating above the things that are going on in your life, then they can't harm you. They won't even come near you. It wouldn't even be a factor to you. Like they say, you know, if you're around dogs, try not to be afraid, because as soon as they smell that fear on you, they're gonna want to attack you. It's the same thing. Be mindful of your vibration and what energies you have around you. It's very important. There is a spiritual war going on right now. We are some powerful beings, extremely powerful. So powerful to the point that those in charge decide to manipulate us any way we can. They manipulate our food. They manipulate what's on TV. They manipulate us through movies, through the people that we interact with. So you must be mindful of the things that are around you and the people that are around you. So to arm yourself spiritually, there are some things that I do. Peace and love, welcome, welcome. There are some things that I do that I'd like to share with you guys that I found have worked exponentially for me. One of those things is visualization. I'm very good with visualizing things, which means I'm excellent at manifesting things. So when you visualize your protection, what I do is I think of just my heart chakra, which is green. So I just visualize my whole body from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet in this beautiful greenish blue, nice light. It could be whatever color you'd prefer. I just do green. Sometimes I do strictly all white. On top of the green light that I see around myself, I visualize the white. This is more protection. This is protection from the divine. As I'm doing this, I'm saying to myself in my mind or out loud to myself, I am protected, I am divinely guided, I am loved. I just keep saying it over and over. It becomes a mantra, it's an affirmation. So the more I say it, the more I put it out there, the more I feel it, the more it is called to me, that protection, that divine guidance. On top of that light, I put an all black armor, just all black, straight up. Pitch black, shiny black armor on top of that light. And that is my protection. That is my shield. Nothing can get past this shield. And I mean that. Nothing could get past that. No negativity, anything, because I am an empath. I absorb and transmute and soak up energies like nothing. I can feel everybody no matter where I am. So I find that, just travel with me real quick. It's really hot in my home. So I make sure that, hang on. So I make sure that I have this, thanks, bear with me. Oh, there we go. Almost lost the connection. So I make sure, hey, peace and love. So I make sure that I am spiritually protected at all times, because if I'm not, I end up absorbing a lot of people's bullshit. I end up experiencing emotions that don't belong to me. So I'm very, very strict with myself. I'm putting up these shields and these barriers. So like I said, the onyx, the all black armor from head to toe, that's over the heart chakra light, that's over the light from the divine. And I only allow loving energy to come out through my heart chakra. That's the only emotion, that's the only vibration that can come out of me. So I make sure I'm thinking with love energy, I'm walking with love energy, I'm talking with love energy, because that's also protection. So that's what I do. And then on the top of my head, through my crown chakra, I allow a small opening for just the divine. That's it. That's the only energies that can get into my my field. That's how I arm myself. And it's very important nowadays that you guys use this practice, or use whatever practice that resonates with you, to spiritually protect yourself, because you're gonna need it. I'm telling you, I feel, I see, I hear a lot of things, and it's like, yo, tell the people to spiritually protect themselves. Some of y'all might be like, all right, whatever, this message is not for you. Those who resonate with this message is for you. I also want to invite you guys to put in the comments some of your spiritual armor practices. What do you do? How can other people protect themselves spiritually? Another way to spiritually arm yourself, again, the affirmations, connecting with the divine, meditation. You know, years ago I was like, I'm not meditating, I can't do that. Like, my mind just hops and skips from one thing to the next. But what I found was that meditation is like amazing. Okay, especially if you set your intention before the meditation. So I will say things like, connect me to the divine, or connect me to my most powerful ancestor to grant me knowledge and wisdom. I'll say things like, this meditation is to raise my vibration. If I'm feeling like I have an off day and there's a lot going on, I set that intention so that I can get back where I need to be, or higher than I was before. So meditation, spiritual baths. Spiritual baths are profound. Sea salt baths, you know, from the top of your head here to the bottom of your feet, going down in a downward motion, saying affirmations. I make it real romantic. I light candles. I light incense. I put on some nice tranquil music. And if I don't have music, I'm singing or humming to myself, or I'm saying affirmations to myself. A lot of empowering words to myself. That's how I do my affirmations. I set candles in front of me, so that when I get out my spiritual bath, I'm walking through the fire. It's like another cleansing. And spiritual baths are really symbolic. They're symbolic. So whatever your intention is, that's what it is. That's what the spiritual bath is. You could even take it further than that and save some of the water that has dripped off of you and go dump it outside and give it to the earth. You know, there's many things that people do. I even incorporate herbs in my spiritual baths. Rosemary. There's a beautiful plant here, the tea plant that's all over this country, Costa Rica. So I use that. Ginger, cinnamon sticks. Basil. There's so many household herbs that provide protection and clarity. And so you should also study that. Study your herbs, study your roots, because they're there for us to use them. They're not just there for us to eat them or smoke them. They're also there to assist us spiritually on our soul's journey. So I recommend that. What else do I recommend? Let's see. Did I write something down? House clearing. So I will bathe my house in rosemary water for protection. top to bottom, windows, everything. Once a month, I decided, once a month, I'm going to spiritually bathe my house with rosemary or cinnamon or whatever herbs I know can increase protection, communication with the divine. I will infuse that in hot water and I will scrub my house with it. And the results from that are profound. Birds flying, butterflies being here. Hey, peace and love. Yes, it's always good to study and know your roots. Absolutely, roots queen. That is the key. And that leads me to another idea that I had also, or a practice that I do, is connecting to your ancestors. Okay, we are our ancestors. That energy just gets transferred over. But connect to your ancestors, the ancestors through your bloodline and the ancestors that are found in nature, because those are our ancestors as well. Don't forget that. Know that. Talk to that tree. Talk to the tree. Talk to those birds. Talk to those flowers. We're all one. We're connected. That is a way to spiritually arm yourself as well. When you got your crew behind you, nothing can get to you. Nothing but love and unity and peace and harmony and balance and all these beautiful things. That's the only thing that is allowed in your cipher, in your circle. Okay, so I highly thank you, Roots, for bringing it up. Again, I had jotted that down. I highly recommend getting into your roots and your ancestry and learning all about that. I'll do that in a separate video. That's actually one of the topics I want to discuss with you guys because it is vital. It has been an amazing find for me to connect to those ancestors. And even in learning my astrology, I realized that I have so many gifts from my ancestors. Like, it legit says that you receive gifts from your ancestors. Like, it legit says that. So I do recommend studying your astrology. I do birth charts myself. So if you want to hit me up, I can do that for you. But it basically tell you the things that you need to do to get further in your spiritual journey. So definitely connecting with ancestors, connecting with nature. What else? You can spiritually arm yourself by cutting off any energetic ties to old relationships, to toxic relationships, toxic friendships, anything in your family. Like, you can, it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a thing that you can cut an energetic tie to. And it's all with visualization as well. Just visualize the person or the thing and visualize yourself and visualize, this cord or this rope connecting to you, and cut the shit. Just cut it. Just cut it like you would cut a piece of paper. Set your intention. You can do affirmations. You can even write things down. You can write your intention down. You can write this person or this thing a letter and say, I'm cutting you off. This is for my spiritual growth. I still send you love energy, and I hope you find your way. That's it. It's truly simple. I think that when we think about spirituality, we tend to make it so complicated, and it's really not. It's not complicated at all. In fact, many of us are innately spiritual. We just don't quite know. We haven't had anyone tell us, like, oh, that's spiritual. What you're doing right there, that's spiritual, And I grew up with old school parents. My parents were in their 40s when they had me. So there's a lot of things that they did that I later found out, like, yo, that was spiritual. Or wait a minute, that was root work. You just did root work. And you told everybody that was Jesus. That's not Jesus. That's root work. That's nature. So I find it so funny right now. But there's so much that you can do to spiritually arm yourself. Again, I want to emphasize how vital it is for you to do that right now. Like, right now, spiritually arm yourself. If you can tonight, take a salt bath or a spiritual bath. Light some candles, speak to your ancestors. Read a Bible verse if that's what you do. I use the Bible. I'm not Christian in any way. I'm not religious at all. But I know that the Bible is a tool, and I use my discernment to find what scriptures or what passages work for me, and I make them work for me, and they work for me, like, daily. So if that's what you do, if you resonate with the Bible, you can use that to spiritually arm yourself. I do also want to say what you eat plays a huge role in your spiritual protection. And I'm never going to be one to tell you, oh, you need to stop eating meat, blah, blah, blah. You need to stop eating cheese. Look, I have my own struggles to deal with. I'm not going to judge you. I will say that it is a fact. It is a fact. It's a scientific fact that certain foods carry low vibrations. Certain foods carry high vibrations. Fruit is one of the highest vibrational foods that you can eat. So I do want to suggest that you incorporate a lot more fruits into your lifestyle, a lot more vegetables, a lot more raw food. That will help you spiritually arm yourself, and I'm not playing. It will. Like, you'd be surprised. You'll notice a difference. If any of you can like go on a sort of fast, or even if just a day you just eat fruit, or just eat fruits and vegetables for just a day or 2-3 days, make it a week. If you can do that, you will see a huge difference in your mind and in your heart, and the things that bother you. Like, things that used to just drive you mad will not, because they can't get to you. It's the vibration of the foods that you're eating. And if you vibe high, low vibrational things cannot touch you. It's a fact. Ask somebody if you don't believe me. Test it out for yourself if you don't believe me. I'd rather you don't believe me and try it out for yourself than just believe anything you hear. Do not just believe anything you hear. Research, study, experiment, and that will help you find yourself and help you find what's best for you. So I highly recommend that. Let's see, I wrote something else down. I do want to talk about self-check-ins. Hey, peace and love those who just joined in. Self-check-ins. I am a Libra sun and I'm a Pisces moon, so I am social. I do have that social thing about me where I want to hang out and talk to you and see what's up. But I also have that Pisces moon, which means I am deeply connected to the spiritual world. And I tend to kind of need time to recharge, especially being around a lot of people. I know a lot of y'all resonate with that. You kind of need to go back into your house, into your room, and recharge after being around people, especially if they're low vibrational. So I want to tell you to always check in with yourself. That's what I do. I follow my thoughts too. Like, I'm good at that. So if I have a thought that might not be something that I want to manifest or something I want to become me, I follow it and I get to the root of that. And I be like, nah, baby, wait, bring that back. Why did you think that? What is that about? Fix that. That wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. So I'm constantly washing my mind, washing it, making sure it's clean, making sure my thoughts are pure and they're full of love energy. They're not disrespectful, they're not judgmental, they're self-loving, and once you have self-love, you can love other people because you see the best in other people, because you see the best in yourself. That's not saying to let anybody get over on you. Use your discernment, but it's all about that love energy. That's going to help spiritually arm you. So that's what I do. I do self-check-ins. So I advise you guys to do that. Anything that you're thinking, or if you said something to someone that was a little funky, take a look at yourself. See yourself. That's what this spiritual journey is about, for you to connect with self. Because once you go in and know yourself, nothing can touch you. And I promise, I live this every day. And some days I have off days, of course. There's a lot going on. But most of these days, and even on the days that are off, I make sure I monitor myself and I check in with myself. Like, how you doing, baby? You good? All right. You had a rough day. What's up with that? How can we fix that? How can we raise your vibration so that certain things won't affect you the way that they used to? So yeah, self-check-ins. What else? Again, if you guys follow certain practices or you've heard of some things, please share it in the comments. This whole spiritual journey is about the pursuit of knowledge, sharing knowledge with each other. We are one. It doesn't matter what our color is. And as soon as you meditate and you really connect to nature and you connect to source and you connect to the soul, you will understand that we really are one. I'm one with you. You're one with that butterfly. We're one with that tree. We're all one. So if you connect to that, you're automatically spiritually arming yourself, because you're building this team. You're building your army behind you to protect you and to tell you, to whisper in your ear like, nah, stay away from that person. You don't want to do that. Or nope, you're not going out here tonight. You're going to stay in and you're going to do this. The more connected you are, the more you'll be able to hear and see and feel certain things that you may not have experienced before. And this spiritual journey is profound. It's profound. It's always called to me. It's always been inside me. And now it's just like my soul is like, you know what? I'm living this life. I don't care if you rock with me. I don't care if you agree. I don't care if you don't like me. My soul's purpose is to share and spread knowledge and love with people, with the world. And that's what I'm going to do. And if you don't resonate with that, I really want you to find something that does resonate with you. You don't have to listen to me. You can find something else that resonates with you. The only thing that I do want you to do is learn self-love, and that's the heart of it. Connecting with nature, that's your start. Connecting with your ancestors, connecting with the spirit, connecting with living foods, fruits and vegetables. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, because these things talk to you and they speak to you and they tell you what to do next. They're your guides. So that's what I want to say to y'all. Make sure you're spiritually arming yourself, y'all. I love y'all a lot. I feel y'all a lot. Man, there's certain feelings I get. I was like, wow, that's not me. That ain't come from me. Or I'll dream and I'll be like, yeah, that's not me. That's somebody else in this world going through something. Or this energy I feel around me, that's not mine. That belongs to the people who live down the street. So I send them love energy. I have my spiritual armor in full effect. So I know what I'm talking about, and I want y'all to experience it too. A lot of y'all are. I feel that too. Oh my gosh. There's so many of y'all who are connecting to your divine gifts and your ancestors and nature and the spirit. I feel y'all yo, this army is real. This spiritual army is real. There's nothing anybody can do to it. So they try to distract us and put poison in our food to keep our DNA deactivated and to tear down the link that we have with the divine. We are the divine. We are the personification of the divine. And the sooner that we realize that and connect with that and walk in that truth, nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. And I mean that. There's so many things that I avoided. Dodged that like Neo. You saw that bullet, I just, dodged that. It's really just like that. So, I'm just scrolling up. I want to see what y'all said. And it's easier to channel the connection when we have on less clothes and bare feet. Roots queen. Talk to him. Yes. Less clothes. You see me. Less clothes. And I'm barefoot. I make sure I get out and I stand on that ground. I make sure if it's raining, I run out there and let it drench me a little bit. If the sun is out, I'm out there. Going for walks. If you could go for a walk barefoot, I highly recommend it. Be careful. And yeah, you don't need all those clothes on. We're still dealing with people who are living in their lower selves. So someone is always going to be negative or try to sexualize you. But if you can be a little free privately, do it. In your home, do it. Yes, what else? Some people are so afraid to hear the word roots. They are very afraid to hear the word roots. Even I know the same spice they use in their food all came from a root. Yeah. That part. And it's like, yo, we've been root workers for a long time. Like, don't get it twisted. You're like, oh no, I'm Christian, I don't do that. Baby, you do that. You do. It's like, if you pay attention to yourself, like someone told me they said, if I want something, I put my toe on it, I step on it. That's magical right there. That has nothing to do with Christianity. You're utilizing your spiritual divine power to claim something, to manifest it in your life. And again, yeah, most of the things that we eat in our kitchen are wholly spiritual. Look it up. If you have cinnamon, if you have basil, if you have thyme, if you have ginger, if you have turmeric, whatever you have in house, orange peels, those are highly spiritual. And if you're consciously utilizing them, oh, my little kitten is calling me. If you consciously utilize them, that's root work. It's root work. Get over it. Deal with it. It's in our DNA. We are divine beings. We know how to tap into the energies and the frequencies in the earth, the herbs, the roots, the plants. That's us. Stop denying that. Stop denying it. So yeah. We would like to pay the street spirits every time we leave the house. Oh, that's interesting, Roots Queen. How do you pay the street spirits every time we leave the house? How do you do that? If you could put that in the comments, I think that's super dope. I would love to hear more about that. So yeah, y'all. I'ma go. My little kitten is crying to me. Okay, baby. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, how to spiritually arm yourself. This will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, Nature Girl Neo. I also want to say I will start transitioning into YouTube live videos. I had a bunch of requests from my YouTube audiences that don't really deal with Facebook or may miss a live video on here. So I want to make sure that everyone is hearing the message and that we're all sharing this message. It's not just me out here talking. There's so many of y'all who have divine knowledge. Please, now is the time to share your knowledge. Right now. I don't care if you think somebody don't want to hear it. Who cares what they think? Who cares what people want to hear? Speak your truth. Period. So that's all I want to say. I love y'all. I'll be looking in the comments for anything that I may have missed, or maybe there's something I don't know that you guys do. I would love to hear about that and share with you all. What do? I do rituals for people. I do readings for people. I do birth charts, retreats. I do a lot of things for people. So make sure you check out my website, TiaraSharde.com. The link is in my profile, but it is TiaraSharde.com. Check me out. Give me some feedback. I love to connect. That's what this whole spiritual journey is about, connecting with our soul tribe. And that's it. I love y'all. Mwah. Peace and love.